I was sent to destroy him. But I fell in love instead. I had one job: get close to him, earn his trust, and find the truth. That was it. He was on a list, one of many names. Suspected of laundering crypto, moving stolen data, running darknet deals. Dangerous. That's what we were told. My team specialized in digital investigations, unofficial ones. We weren't law enforcement. We didn't arrest people. We exposed them. We handed everything over to the people who could make them disappear. Nick was just another name. I didn't expect to feel anything. I used a fake identity, changed my look, rewrote my backstory. Our first meeting was at a local bookstore, staged to look spontaneous. I bumped into him, dropped a book, made a joke. He smiled. He had kind eyes, but I didn't think about it then. We exchanged numbers. He thought it was fate. I knew it was just another file. But things changed fast. We started texting every day. Then came late-night phone calls, spontaneous walks, shared playlists. He wasn't what I imagined. Not some smug hacker or paranoid criminal. He was soft-spoken, sometimes awkward, thoughtful in a way that caught me off guard. He told stories about his childhood, his mom, how he hated injustice. I kept waiting for the mask to slip, but it didn't. Still, I did my job. Every night, I logged what he said. Where we went. Who he talked to. My reports were cold. Objective. But something inside me wasn't. With each day, I looked forward to seeing him, not for work, but for real. I knew it was dangerous. I was supposed to keep distance. But how do you guard your heart when someone's finally treating it right? He was funny in a dry way. He always paid attention, remembered the little things I said, brought me tea when I was tired, noticed when I faked a smile. It was infuriating, because the more I got to know him, the more I started to doubt the mission itself. Was he hiding something, or was I being used? Then came the night everything broke. I was called in by my handler. They said, "Nick's going active. Final window is closing. We need proof now." That meant, dig deeper. Go through his files. Get access to his personal laptop. Take screenshots. Extract data. You've got 48 hours, they told me. That night, I went to his apartment. We were supposed to watch a movie. He opened the door, barefoot, smiling, holding 2 mugs of cocoa. He kissed my forehead. I wanted to scream. My hands were shaking. I couldn't look at him. I felt like a fraud. He noticed. "What's wrong?" he asked. And I broke. Not all at once. But slowly. I told him who I was. Or who I wasn't. I told him I had lied. That our meeting wasn't random. That I was sent to investigate him. His face changed. Not angry, just quiet. Like he already knew. "You're not the first," he said. That stopped me cold. He told me he'd been accused before. By people in power who needed a scapegoat. That's why he stayed off the grid. Why he avoided banks, used encrypted messengers, lived quietly. "Being careful doesn't mean I'm guilty," he said. I asked if I could see the files myself. His laptop. His private messages. He said yes. I spent the entire night going through everything. No evidence of crimes. Just fragments of a life, private, cautious, and lonely. Logs of old chats where he was manipulated, threatened, set up. My stomach turned. I realized, he wasn't hiding crimes. He was hiding from people like me. People who were paid to ruin lives without asking why. I didn't send the final report. I deleted all my logs. Sent in my resignation. Erased the backups. Everything. I thought I'd never see him again. I didn't deserve to. But a week later, I saw him waiting at the same bookstore where we met. No smile. Just a question, why? And I said the truth. Because somewhere in this mess, I stopped being a spy. I became a girl who didn't want to hurt you anymore. He didn't answer. Just looked at me for a long time. Then stepped closer. His voice was low, almost hesitant. No more lies? I nodded. No more lies. And for the first time in what felt like forever, I wasn't pretending. I didn't know what would happen next. I didn't expect him to forgive me. Maybe he never would. But I had told the truth. Finally. After so many days of secrets, it felt like I could breathe again. We sat on a bench outside the bookstore and just talked. No missions, no files, no pretending. I told him everything, not just about the assignment, but about me, who I was before all this. What I wanted. What I'd lost. He listened. Carefully. Quietly. And somehow, he stayed. Not as a mission. Not as a target. Just, as a person I cared about. And maybe, someday, he'd believe in me again. If you liked the story, put a like. That's all, bro.